It's been 6 long winter months. Would you like to see what I've been up to? Hi, I'm Steve Turtle and I'm a work camper.
It's a household name.
This is a channel about Jill and me, our adventures, our travels, and a whole lot of work camper stuff. If you're a work camper or you're dreaming to become a work camper, you should subscribe. And ring that bell. If you ring the bell, you'll get a notification every time I post a new story. You don't want to miss one. Last week, I talked about how I take a shower, a hot shower, in my RV. Sorry about that. I hope it wasn't too much information. Now, if you missed last week's story and you'd like to see it, I'll leave a link right up there. This week, I want to talk about our work camper off-season projects here at Millbridge Village Camp Resort. Give you an update, let you know where we're at and what we got done. I have a notice and a disclaimer, talk a little bit about situation awareness, and a whole lot more. That's our resident moose. It's the only one in the campground. How many campgrounds have you been to that had a resident moose? Hold on. Before we start, Steve has something he wants to say. Comments in this video may be used for the giveaway in our next live stream. I'm looking for one word in the comment, and I'll make sure that word is obvious. Don't stress, you'll know what it is, and you put that into the comments. And during the live stream, I'll go ahead and use a random comment picker, looking for that one word and select a winner. Got to be present to win, so I'll see you at the live stream. I know these are some difficult times, and I may, during this story, poke fun at some things from time to time. I don't mean any disrespect, and I'm not trying to make fun of anybody else's difficulties. Just add a little humor to our situation. Lighten it up. And I will leave all the drama to the media. The situation that we're in right now causes me to do some things that I've never done before. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay, let's talk a little bit about work camping, our off-season work camper projects here at Millbridge Village Camp Resort. Give you a little update on what's been going on for the last 6 months while Jill and I have been up here in Pennsylvania in the cold. Hadn't been quite as bad as we thought it might be, but it was still cold. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right to it. As you come in the front door of the grist mill, there's this large open area, and it leads back to where the milling operation is. Now the idea is this area is going to be full of artifacts, things that people can look at and read about and understand some of the history of the grist mill. Then in this area is an area in which when people come in, they could sit down on the bench and watch a movie about the grist mill, the history of the grist mill, and how the grist mill evolved from 1738 until now. The different ownership and the different processes that they did here at the grist mill. But it would be a place that you could learn about history. The project for the grist mill was to clear it out, clean it up, get rid of the things that weren't period appropriate, make room for crafters, merchants to come in and maybe occupy a space and sell their goods. It's still a plan. However, we're going to open up the park here shortly. It'll be available for the guests and people from off the street to walk through and look at some of the old artifacts and study the history of the old grist mill. In this corner, it used to be an old corn silo. I tore all that out, got rid of the wood, got a little bit of framing to do back here. Still a project in the making, but I got to get it done, hopefully next week. Now back here is the area in which I took all the stuff that we were planning on keeping in the grist mill, and I sort of tucked it away in this corner while we worked on this end trying to get it all straight and get some of the things out. Plus we had people walking around in here, and we wanted to make sure that stuff was understood, that it wasn't going anywhere. So all of this has to go over there yet, and hopefully I'm going to get that done next week. And then after next week, that's the end of the off-season work camper duties. We start our regular season April 1st. We're going until October the 1st. And then in October, October 31st, and then October 31st, we're going to Texas because it's warm, and that's where you go when it's cold. Learned my lesson. Anyway, so let's go over here and I'll show you that open space I was talking about. This is not a commercial for Pepsi. Pepsi did not sponsor this story in any way. They did not give me any money. Nothing. However, if they had given me some money, that would be really nice. But they did not. So if you feel bad about that and you'd like to help out in some way, hit that subscribe button. Now over here was a sleigh, a big old red sleigh. Well, we got rid of that, got it out of here. Now it's a big old open space. Look at that space. We're thinking right over there, we could set up a couple tables, some chairs, have a coffee maker over there. You could come down as a camper and have a cup of coffee, eat a donut, talk about the grist mill and all the history that's here. I think it's awesome. It's a great vision, you know what I mean? So this would be a place where a merchant would sit and run the place, take care of things, sell the goods, ring up the retail, all of that good stuff. Don't know, we'll see. It's a project in the making. However, I'd work here. I'd come down here and do this, but not permanent, only during the summer, because come winter, I'm going south, I'm going to Texas. I'm not sticking around, too cold. Go down there and be warm. I'll go all the way to Mexico if I have to get warm. The equator, Ecuador, I don't know, anywhere, south. Keep going until you get warm. Should be a rule. And here in the grist mill is where the milling operation would take place. You got your milling stones, you have your bed stone that turned and your top stone that did not turn. The grain would go between the two stones and it'd be ground up. It went into an auger. The auger would carry it upstairs to a bagging operation. It'd be bagged, put on a skid, and then lowered outside onto a wagon. They'd take it to the market, I guess. So this is the milling operation, and it's still here for people to look at and read about and understand and see what happened back in 1738. That's the other set of stones. So you had two milling operations going on. The grain would come down and go into that little funnel thing and get all ground up. So that's sort of the operation, and that's sort of the mill. Still a work in progress. Still got some things to do, but it has the potential to be awesome. And that's the vision. So anyway, now we'll move on to the other projects. I think we're gonna go outside and check on Steve and see what he's up to. I think he's working on stuff. So come on. Changing out a water spigot is really not that difficult. The only problem was that, you know, while you're up and running and everybody's here, you don't want to turn off the water, inconvenience everybody. So you sort of nurse it through. Anyway, so it's a quick repair. You take off the old one, you take out the new one, you wrap a little Teflon tape around it and put a little pipe dope or thread sealant on it, and put it back in and tighten it up, and that's it. So I got a couple more to do. I appreciate you helping me. Maybe you can hold the camera on the next one. All right, last faucet, complete. Still got a big list. Working on it, knocking them down. Got about 2 more weeks. Now let's go over to our laundry room and storage area. I want to show you what Jill did over there. Looks pretty nice. Come on. So this is our laundry room and our storage room. So it's a little of both. Got a washer and dryer over here. It's just for employees only, so we don't have to use the campground facilities. So we do our laundry over here. Now, got a few shelves for things that go in our cabins. Jill's been over here, she's been organizing. Check some of this out. Look what she's done. Isn't that pretty cool? Nice. See all the labels? Ha, that's organization right there. And all the way down through there, organized, beautiful. All the chemicals and cleaning supplies, look at that. Woo, I tell you what, she did a good job. So this is the employee washer and dryer setup. Pretty nice. Looks like a washer and dryer, right? Big difference. This one's free. Now this was Jill's off-season Workamper office. So during the off-season, the regular office was closed. If she needed to do any computer work that was work-related, she'd come over here and use this. Come on, let's go over to the rec hall and game room. In the game room, I'm working on the park benches. Got 4 park benches. I pulled all the lumber off of them, brought them in here, and started working on them. I did a little routed the edges off, sanded them, and then I went over here and I stained them. Got them all stained up. They're ready to go. I'm gonna go take them outside and put them on. You wanna help? Grab a board and let's go. I need a little help. I'll let you drive the screwdriver. Now, let's go over to the rec hall and check out and see what's going on over there. Come on. So a quick update on the rec hall. Jill's been working over here quite a bit. I helped her a little bit, but for the most part, she did all the work. She's got a reading, game, puzzle area set up over here with 2 couches, and she went ahead and got couch covers for the couches. Looks pretty nice. What do you think? And then she hung up some signs around the campground that we found that we thought would look really nice in our rec hall. So she's hung a few signs. While we were cleaning up, organizing, and straightening, we found some signs over at the mill. And we thought, wow, they'd be pretty nice to display in our rec hall. So we pulled them out of the mill and cleaned them up, and Jill hung them up yesterday. Looks pretty good. Then over here, we had talked about this hot water heater. It used to just sit sort of out in the middle of the rec hall, sort of ugly, big old hot water heater. I found these lattice frames over in the mill as well. Pressure washed them, cleaned them up, brought them over here and stood them up, fastened them to the wall. It looks pretty nice. It's sort of like a little privacy screen. Pretty nice, right? Do you remember that sign? The 12 Days of Christmas. Come on now. If you don't remember that sign, you didn't watch the 12 Days of Christmas. You should go back and watch that. I'll leave a link right up there. Well, there it is. The Steve Turtle Live Studio. That's also where I video all my stories. But the owner was gracious enough to let me use this stage during the off season. Now, I've talked to him and he's going to let me use it during the season too. And hopefully our live streams will be also a campground event so that campers can come down and sit and watch, participate, play along in our games and our giveaways. Might be a hoot. Maybe they'll get up and tell a story or two. Share some of their RV, camping, work camping, full-time RVing stories. Our chair project has been ongoing through the whole off season. We started off, we disassembled all the chairs and separated the cushions from the frames themselves, sanded down the frames and painted them. And now we've got most of the cushions put back on. However, some of the cushions were torn up pretty bad, had rips in them and things like that. Now, Jill, she found some techniques on YouTube, of course, made some repairs and fixed up quite a few chairs. We're still got a few chairs left to do. She even went out and bought vinyl so she could recover some of them. So it's been a process. We're almost done. I think by April the 1st, we'll be done. Oh, scared me. I didn't see you standing there. Well, that's our update for our Workamper projects here at Millbridge Village Camp Resort. I just wanted to give you an idea of what we got done. Now, the off season is over and we're gonna move on to the summer season. We got about 6 months here and we're gonna have a good time, have a good season. If you get by, come on over to Millbridge and say hello. I appreciate it. And until later, nope, hold on. Steve's gonna do that here in just a minute. I don't even know how many rolls of toilet paper I use once a week. So I've got 16 and a half. So I have 16 and a half rolls of toilet paper. I'm not sure how long that'll last. I almost forgot that word you're supposed to put down in the comments. History. History. Well, that's our story for the week. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, click like down below and smash that subscribe button if you'd like to hear more stories like this one. New stories every week on Wednesday, right here on this YouTube channel. And ring that bell. If you ring the bell, you'll get a notification every time I post a new story. You don't want to miss one. Until later, thanks for your time. Bye.